Hello students, we are discussing here the chapter number 8 of the class 6. The name of this chapter is body movement. So in the previous class we discussed about the different type of the joints and the muscles contractions. How the muscles help in the movement of our body parts. We know that our muscles is contract with the bones which allow to the move our bones. And in the today class we will be discuss about the movement in the animals. Movement in animals. I think you all know that the meaning of the movement means when an animals and human beings will be moved from one place to another place, that will be known as the movement. And we know that the animals can easily walk and their leg muscles help to in the moving them. So we all have to remember that there are some things organs or some things body parts are present in every animals that help to move them. Like if we take the example of the humans, so we know that human can easily walk by their legs, and similarly there are some animals they have also their legs to be move. But in the case of like the earthworms, they have their skins to move them, like the snake, like the earthworms. And similarly if you take the example of the fish generally move by their skins. So every animals has a specific organs which help them to move. And if you talk about the birds, so birds can be moved by their wings. So definitely there are a specific organ. So we can start from the cockroach, how they move from the one place to another place, and what how are the movement will be occur. So firstly you will be see the cockroach. You have to remember that cockroach has a exoskeleton. Skeleton, I think you know that skeleton are those organs which are present skeleton. Skeletons means the protective organs which protect our internal organs, that is known as skeletons. And in our body, our skeletal system inside our skins. So in the human being, in the animals, you will be see the skeletal system is present inside the skins, and that's why that is known the endoskeletons. So endoskeleton means those skeleton which will be present inside the body. Okay, for example, yes, in the human, in the animals you will be see that are present. And if I talking about the exoskeleton, exoskeleton, exo means the out or outer parts. So those animals, those insect which has a skeletal systems outside their body. So if you will be see here, this is the structure of the cockroach and this is the its skeletal system. It will be protect its internal organs. Okay, so this skeletal system is present outside its body. So that's why it is known as the exoskeleton. Why I'm telling exo? Because it's present outside its body. But in humans, in the animals, it present inside their skins. That's why that will be known as the endoskeleton. Endo means inside. I think you got the meaning of it. Now you have to remember, cockroach has a three pair of the legs. One, two, and three. So these three pair of the legs which help to move it on the ground. And we also know that they have some wings. Okay, so two small wings that will be help them to move, or they will be help to in the flying. Okay, so they can be fly and they can also move on the ground. So I think you got the meaning of it. Now we will be discuss the birds. Birds. I think you know that the sparrow, crow, pigeon, parrot, eagle, hen, duck, all these are the example, or these are the birds. Okay, so birds have these kind of the internal structures. You will be see they have a skull in their head, they have a backbone in their neck, they have a ribs, and they have a breastbones. Okay, so they have also the forelimbs as well as the hind limbs. So forelimbs, you know that the appear of the leg of the front. So I'm writing here front pair of the leg, front pair of the leg, and this is known the, yes, back pair of the leg, back pair of leg. So I think you got the meaning of it, and you have to remember that birds can be walk on the grounds and they use generally their hind limbs. And while they will be flying, they will be use their front pair of the leg, and it is known the forelimbs, because their wings is generally made by the forelimbs. So they will be flow, or they will be fly by their using of the forelimbs. Now we will be see here there are some main adaptations in the birds. And what are those adaptations? Their forelimbs are modified into the wings for the flying. So the forelimbs they will be used in the flying, and they have a very flight feathers which provide a large flat surface in the light but strong. So they are very light in the mass, but they are very strong. So they can easily pass the air through them, and then will be flow by. They can easily flow, okay, and they can easily what we say fly. And their bones are the very hollow and the light. So what is the meaning of hollow? Yes, their bones has a very low densities, low mass, and it is very light in the mass, okay. So I think you got the meaning. That's why they can be easily flow. And the next, their bodies are the streamlined and the extremely light. So streamlined bodies is help to fly in the airs, and they have a very powerful muscle, so that's why they can be flap their wings very rapidly. Okay, so you will be, you know that they will be flap their wings with a very high speed, because they have a very powerful muscles, and they have a very similar skeletal system like the humans. They have a breastbone to extend for the knee attachments, ears, they have a ribs, they have a backbones which allow to move in their bodies. So I think you got the meaning of it. And you have to remember, so birds fly by the constant flapping of their wings. If you will be see here, this is the wings, and that will be flap when they will be downstorms. They will be when the downstroke, so what will be happens, they will be push the air downwards as well as the back sides. So air will be pushed in the downwards and the back side. When they will, where they will be pushed the air backward, so it will help to get the movement in the forward directions. And when it will be pushed the air down towards, then it will be help to keep them to fly, keep continuously to fly, okay. And when they will be upstroke, so it will be help to them flapping it again, or push the air again in the backward as well as the downwards. So this is the movement is occur in the birds. You will be see during the downstroke of the wings, the air is pushed downwards as well as the backwards, and it will be equal and opposite force of the air push the bird up to forward and make it the flies. So when they will be push the ears downward, so it will be help to push them to upside. And when they will be push the air to backside, it will be help to move in the forward direction. So I think you got the meaning of it, how they will be moved. Now we will be talk about the movements without legs. Movement without legs. So here we will be discuss about those animals which generally move from one place to another place without using their legs, because they do not have the legs. For example, like the earthworms, snails, fish, and the snakes. They also move from one place to another place, but they do not have their legs. So how they move it? So we will be discuss here in this topic. Firstly, we start from the earthworms. So you know that earthworms do not have their any bones, they do not have their any legs, but they moving from one place to another place. And how? Because they use their skins to move. And how the skin is used? Firstly, we will be discuss here the earthworm's skin or earthworm's body is generally made by the two type of the muscle. One is the circular muscles, second is the longitudinal muscles. So what exactly happens when they moves? I think you will be see the structure of this earthworms hairs. They are generally constructed by the some large number of the circular muscles, okay. So they have this kind of the structures. So how they will be increased? Suppose this is the first circular organs, and firstly they will be increase its size. They will be increase its size. How it will be happens? They will use their longitudinal muscles to lengthening the size of its cells. So what is happening there? Lengthening the side. So how it will be possible? You will be see these circular muscles, they will be used, it's the longitudinal muscles, it will be become the lengthenings, and then after they will be used, its circular muscles to decrease its size. When they will be used its circular muscles, then it will become the in the previous forms, it will be decrease its size. Okay, so that will be help in the movement of the earthworms. So what they are exactly doing is, firstly they will be lengthening the cells or lengthening the body shapes, and then they will be shortening the body's muscles or body shape. Okay, and how it will be done, you will be see here. Firstly, the first body structures, first fuse the circular muscles, you will be see they will be expand them, they will be lengthening them, and then they will by using a, yes, which muscles, longitudinal muscles. Okay, and then afterwards they will be shortens the size of their muscles, and by using theirs, yes, circular muscles. So both muscles is used to move on the ground. Longitudinal muscles will be used when they want to lengthen or they want to move ahead. Okay, that will be give the large space to move ahead. And when they use the circular muscles, it will be provide the shortens length, and they will be just fixed on the grounds. Okay, so I think you got the meanings and how it will be moves. So by using the longitudinal as well as circular muscles. Now we can talk about the snails. Snail is also a animals which generally found in the ocean regions, or bank, or we can say the near of the oceans. Okay, because they live in the ocean, so definitely they will be found the near the area of the ocean. So you will be see this is the structure of the snails, and the outer part of a snail is known as a cell, because it is the exoskeleton of the snails. So how, yes, it will be help. Definitely, this is the exoskeleton. So exoskeleton will be help to protect the shell. And shell has a foot. Foot is generally made by the some muscles, and they have a very tankle. Tankle is a sensitive organ which also contains the eye, and they have a mouth. Okay, this is the head structures. So they will be use their muscles which are present in their foot. Okay, and foot is generally made by like the foot has a disc shape structures. Okay, so they will be use their muscles which are present in their foot by the making of the contracting and the expanding. So they will be use the same. Firstly they will be expand their muscles, and then they will be contract their muscles. Okay, so the same things like the earthworms, firstly they will be expand their muscles like by using the lengthening muscles, and then they will be shortening their muscles by using the circular muscles. So in the same way we can talk about snails, they are using their foot muscles for the expanding and the contracting. Now I think you got the meaning of it, and we can discuss about the fish. Fish. We know that the fish can move in the waters because its body has some special adaptations. And what are those adaptations? Like the streamlined shape, like the flexible backbones, powerful body muscles, and its fins. So these are the four adaptations which has a fish which help them to move in the waters. Firstly, the fish has a streamlined body. What are the meaning of the streamlined body? Those body shape which are thin at the bottoms or thin at the corners and thick at the middle part, like this type of the shapes. The thin is at the very corners and thick at the mid part. This type of the body structure is known as a streamlined body, and which help to move the fish in the waters because it can easily cut the waters in the both directions. This type of the body shape will help to move in the waters. Okay, so streamlined body shapes will be help to flow in the waters. And second adaptations, it has a flexible backbones. So this backbone, it is very flexible, so it can move easily when it is moving in the forward direction. So it can easily change its directions because it has a very flexible backbone. Okay, and it will be held to move in the side to side moves. Okay, we will be discuss here what are the meaning of the side to side moves. And third adaptations, you will be see it has a very powerful body muscles. It has a very powerful body muscles which help to move to forward in the water regions. Okay, and we will be discuss here how it will be helped. And it has a fins you will be see these are the two small fins is present, and this fin is act as a steering means that will be help to change the directions of the motions, that will help to making the balance, that will also help in the stopping in the waters. So it is act as a breakers for the fish. And now we will be talk about what are the meaning of the side to side directions. Fish swim in the water by moving its tail from the side to side. If you will be see in these directions the pictures where you will be see the fish is using its tails by moving. You will be see there the fish tail is in the left side, or you can say there the fish tail is in the right side. Okay, so I'm just assuming that, or you can also write this is the right side. Can write here, and this is the left side. So when they will be use these muscles, okay, so when they will be contract these muscles to move their fish in these directions, so what exactly happens, they will be pull the waters that are present nearby their tails. When they will be pull the water in these directions, then it will help to fish move in these directions. You have to remember, when the water will be pull in these directions, the motion of the fish will be just opposite directions. When the fish will be using its right side, or which sides, you will be see this is the right side, so suppose this is the left side. When the fish will be use its left side muscles to contract by the muscles, when it will be using its tails, or we can say these tails will be push the waters in these directions, so definitely it will be help to move the fish in these directions. Okay, so fish is also move like a snakes. Firstly they will be move in this direction, then its direction, then its direction, then its directions. Okay, so the resultant motion of the fish is just the straight forward. Okay, so we can say the fish will be move in the forward because they just using, or they are just making the small pools or smalls, what we say the coils बोल सकते हैं या pools बोल सकते हैं. Okay, so you will be see the same kind of the motions we generally see in the snakes. Snake is also make the loops which help to move their body. You have seen the snake are generally moving by making the loops. This is the loop circular motions type ka. So when they will be exert the force, or we can say when they will be push the grounds in this direction, you will be see by using their circular muscles, when they will be push the grounds, so it will be help to move the snack in these directions. And while they will be push the ground by these muscles, these loops. Okay, so these loops muscles will be push the ground in this direction, so it will be help to snake move in this direction, just opposite. While they will be push the ground in this directions, snake will be move in this directions. While the snake will be move push the ground in this directions, then snake will be move in this direction. So similarly you will be see snake generally move in this directions or in this form. Okay, by making the large number of the pools. So each, sorry, not the pools, we will be say the loops. Okay, so large number of the loops, each loops will be exert the force. You will be see this loop is also exert the force on the ground, this loop is also exert the large number of the force. So definitely the motion will be depend on the loops of the snakes. Okay, so I think you got the meaning of it, and how they will be moved by making the sideways. So I think it's clear to you. So thank you, students.